Launching Families is a program that we are attempting to make community connections for our youth, whether that's through a rental agreement that a youth could have, almost like a landlord-tenant, if they choose to provide like a room or housing.
And not just a room, I don't want to make it about a room, but a heart, advice, wisdom, guidance, strength, all those kind of things. A home that's going to keep on giving, you know, a home that if I leave and I leave out of the state and I make a mistake, can I call you? Can I talk to you? Can I get your advice? You know, can I come back if needed?
I have been in care 2 times. The first time I was 5, and then I got adopted out. And then I came back in 2015. So I've been in care for 2 years now. I am doing my general studies for business administration, and I work for a security company as administrative assistant, but I'm currently on maternity leave for my 2nd child.
All right, my name is Alexis. I've been in care for 5 years. I am currently a student at Community College for Business Management, and I work at the Community Sports and Learning Complex. Currently, I'm trying to just find an apartment and get out of foster care because I'll be aging out soon, and trying to, just start my life on track.
We have these children who are in care, who every month they get a check or a stipend or, whatever you want to call it. At the age of 21, that is over. I don't know of any other situation in life where at a certain age, you're just told this is going to end and you're not really prepared for it.
When a youth in Charles County ages out of care, it can be very scary. You actually age out on your birthday, so a 21-year-old probably still has the supports of his mom and his dad and supportive siblings around him at 21. My birthday, I have to figure out where I'm going to lay my head. I have to figure out where I'm going to get my next meal. I have to figure out if I have kids, how do I support them?
I don't know if it's the day after your 21st birthday, but you have to leave wherever you are. You can't stay in any place that the government is basically paying for you to live in.
I think a big part of the Launching Families could not just be to be a physical body with someone or some of these youth that are needed, but also an ear, friendship, and also, again, teaching in those learning moments of just regular life, being able to be that mentor that is needed at any given time.
And there are kids that don't have that family bond before they go independent living. So they don't have that help, that soft place to fall in between.
We've always kept our door open, so we're kind of a fallback, but yet it's given the opportunity to flourish into being a good member of society, of the community.
I don't know, I guess having somewhere to go is just something for me. Like, what if I get kicked out of my apartment and I don't have anywhere to go? That place that I can go to when, I don't have the money or means to be by myself. I may be in a foster home right now. I have, the support of DSS right now, but when you turn 19, about to turn 21, you got a year left, you gotta start thinking with that mentality, like, I'm about to be on my own.
This one daycare I wanted to send my daughter to, they were charging $175 for one child that was potty trained. And since my daughter is only 15 months, she's not potty trained. So they're gonna charge more. And then there's 2 of them. So it's like $300 a week that I would have to be paying, along with rent, car insurance, and my car note. I can't do that, especially not with a regular paying job.
I think one of the issues with the children aging out of care is that they don't have support. And if you think in terms of your own children, once they turn 18 or 21, we don't necessarily say get out. A lot of times they go to college, they come home, they're able to stay, find a job, sort of ease into the rigors of daily life and paying bills. This is not something that the foster children are able to do. A lot of times once they turn 21, families are ready for them to leave because they've theoretically aged out according to what the system says. So what I have discovered is that if we give these children a little more support, or as much support if we give our own children, then generally they do a lot better.
it would be a blessing to me to, like, you know, if I get an apartment, somebody help me with my furniture or help me with, you know, things that you would expect a parent to do for a child who's moving out and about to go on their own. Just those types of things, you know. Right now, you know, trying to find an apartment for less than $850 a month, or figuring out the metro system to try to get back and forth from school to work, saving for a car, and when that $850 that they give you when you start independent living stops, you know, I want to be able to support myself on the paycheck that I have. But it's hard to get a job that's going to pay enough money when you're only 19 years old like me, and or that's going to pay enough money without a degree.
You can't really focus on yourself from an emotional standpoint. You really have to go into like taking care of yourself physically. What does that look like? Finding a house, finding transportation. And it hurts not to have anyone to call on. You know, I got to go to the dealership and they're talking to me about interest rate, 29%. I don't even know what that looks like, but I need a car. You know, I don't have anyone to say, stop, don't sign that paper. Let's look at other avenues to maybe get you a car that's $2,000, $3,500, where it's paid off, and now you're not paying full coverage. Now you're just paying liability. It's just those minute things like that that make a huge difference. And it's a lot of weight. You know, you have your parents to bear that weight for you. Coming out of foster care, you're pretty much bearing all that weight by yourself.
If I need something, I'll figure out a way to do it on my own, because I never had anybody that I could just go to and be like, oh, well, I need help doing this, or can you show me how to do this? I always had to learn it on my own. With the girls, it's a lot. When one wants to nurse and the other one just wants to cuddle. Their size difference is terrible. So the older one, she'll come and she'll try to lay beside her sister, but she always winds up laying on top of her sister. And so I can't cuddle with her while I'm nursing the younger one. So then she gets mad, and she has an upset time frame, and she needs attention too. And it's kind of hard to do that with a 2-week-old attached to you all the time. So I just feel like she needs to be around somebody that'll give her attention, play with her. That's all she really wants. So I need trustworthy people around my kids, I guess.
Youth in foster care oftentimes, you know, have stigmas placed on them, and people give up on youth because of their age. I know specifically for myself, you know, at 18, I wanted discipline. You know, I wanted to be corrected. You know, I wanted those kind of things because to me that was love. For someone to pull me to a side and say, Pablo, you're doing it wrong, that meant something to me. I just didn't want to be taken advantage of. And I think that's a huge issue that our youth have. You know, they want consistent, unconditional love, and I can definitely identify with that, and it's needed. Not being afraid to just stick around if the youth makes a mistake. It's normal. That's a normal thing for a teen to do.
If you change the way you look at them, they'll change the way they behave. We have to understand that we as teenagers did things, and they're going to do things as teenagers, and we have to guide them through these things and not throw them away just because they make 1 or 2 mistakes.
Even people on the streets that don't even know I'm in care. Say, for instance, I go to the store and I have both the girls. I wear one and the other one she walks, so she'll be holding my hand. And I always give random people, are they both yours? How old are you? Or, it's so nice that you're watching your sisters for your mom. It's like, okay, yeah, I'm young, but they're mine, and I'm taking care of them. Or it'll be like, oh, well, what did this one lady ask me? This one lady actually asked me. She asked me how old I was, and I told her. And she was like, you must not have had your mom growing up in your life, because I would never allow my daughter to have 2 kids at 19. And I was just like, wow, like, you can't even give me props for at least having my kids? Because there's so many kids that just go out here, get pregnant, and then they're having abortions. or they're giving their kids up to the system. Like, I'm trying to stop that. Like, I want my kids.
Well, I think the overall picture, when anybody is feeling supported, there's a boost in morale. It's understanding that I can fall back on something. I can be relaxed or be myself, be more comfortable, be real, and know that I won't give up on you regardless of what the situation that you're facing right now makes you feel like.
So, you know, having a family that we don't have to walk around and say, oh, I'm a foster child, would be great. So that we'd always have somebody to, you know, defend us when it comes to that time. You know, not having to call somebody, oh, that's my foster mom, or that's my foster family.
Coming out of care, youth need a different outlook. They face so many different challenges, been through so many different traumatic experiences in care. So being exposed to new opportunities, being exposed to new options for them to succeed is very important. And that's something that a Launcher family could help with. All their lives they were told what they can't do. Now you have someone saying, you can do this, or you're fit to do this. You have the value, you qualify. A lot of times in care, you just feel like you're disqualified. And so exposing them and saying, hey, you know, come out, I want you to do this. I want you to be the supervisor of this, gives them that value again, and really give them that pathway to springboard them to their next step for success.
It's like when you have a child, like, everything that you thought mattered really doesn't. And now it's just about making the best out of your situation for them. Like, you need them to have the best life possible. So now you have to start changing what you're doing and working towards better things for them. It'll be definitely a lot less stressful if I had somebody that I can just go to and be like, hey, this is what's going on. I may not need help, but just hear me out. Because it's always people, they'll say they're there for me, but then I don't get a call. Oh, how is your day today? How is your week going? Are the girls okay? Like, do you need anything? Even though I'm going to say no, it's still the simple fact of knowing that if I do, I know who I could go to. So it's just like, I guess, consistency. I just don't have consistency in anybody.
You want to open a door for them. You want to show them that there's another way, there's more to reach for, or they've got somebody there to hold their hand to help them along the way. At the point where they're 18, 19, 20 years old, they're not looking for somebody to run their lives for them. They're looking to start getting that independence, but still knowing that there's somebody that has their back.
I want to own my own business one day. I'm not completely sure what business I want to own, but I do know I want to own my own business. And then I am also like passionate. I love families and things like that. So I want to have a family of my own one day and show my kids, you know, that there's a different, you know, side of life than what I had. So it all stems from my experiences.
You know, just everyday life, whatever it is that you can do to help and support, it all matters, it all counts, and it's all to the upbuilding of that particular youth. They may not let you know all the time, they may not verbalize it right then and there, but we have to be comfortable with sowing those seeds and letting it grow at some point.
We continue to talk about the fact that our children are our future, but we're not investing in our future unless it's our own personal future. The world did not just get this way. We made it this way. It's up to us to make it better.
I don't want any youth in Charles County to ever again feel rejected, ever again to feel like, well, I'm 21 and I don't have a place to live. This is a very big effort. And I just hope and pray that you find it in your heart to do something big, small, it doesn't matter, because our youth need it. And we're gonna be older one day, and so we're gonna be counting on these same youth that we're talking about to make a change for our community.